Good morning. Welcome back to Rosie 8719. And today I am getting ready to head to work, but we are going to play in a little bit of makeup. I walked into Ulta just browsing around, minding my business, and I came across Serena Williams makeup line, WYN, WYN Beauty, and it was 75% off. I grabbed the hydrating skin enhancing tip, which was originally $29 and it was down to $7.29. I also grabbed the soft matte creamy concealer in Nothing to See. This was also 75% off, as well as their creamy concealer. This color is Fulfill, and this color is Aim, so one's darker and one's lighter for highlighting purposes. And then the last thing I grabbed was Word of Mouth, which is a matte lipstick, and that is like a pretty fuchsia color, and this ended up being $5. So I said last year that I wanted to buy more Black-owned beauty products, and I looked up on that, and now we're gonna try it out. I know it's probably the wrong thing to try makeup when you're on your way to work, but we have about 20 minutes and before I need to get on the road. And I've already prepped my skin. I've cleansed my skin. I've used the face glue primer as well as brow glue to set my brows in place, prime my skin, and then I also use the One Size Secure the Blur around my laugh lines and up under my eye, just to make sure that I have a flawless application and light creasing. We don't like creasing at all. Let's get into these products. It's pretty bright, but I also have to remember that she is a tennis guru, so bright colors are her thing, and I'm sure the green represents the tennis ball. At least that's what I'm putting together too. I have a set of brushes that have already been washed. Let me go ahead and just spray all the brushes with some setting spray to dampen them. And then we can get into the makeup. So I'm going to use the LA Girl Pro Concealer just to outline my brows. And this is the color Fawn. It is cold. I'm cold. It's 65 degrees here. And it is been pouring down, raining the last couple of days. So definitely going for warmth today with this sweater. Might be a reach because Arizona be playing games. It'll be cold in the morning, and by the time you get ready to go home, temperature has changed. Now that I'm looking at this might be a little too light. It looks like, but I think it'll do. Definitely looks a little yellow and light. I do have yellow undertones, but it blends very well. And it's a skin tint. It's not a full coverage foundation. It's just a skin enhancing tint. I love a good skin tint. no sense in wearing heavy makeup if you don't have to, if you can achieve the same results with a skin tint. And it's hydrating, and it has SPF 30 in it. It's additional protection because in my skincare routine, I've already added sunscreen. So this is an additional layer. So you did the moisturizer, sunscreen, the primer, and now we're going in with the foundation that also has sunscreen. So you're creating layers to protect your skin, which is why you have to have clean skin and healthy skin under your makeup. Yes, you will have blemishes. Like, I'm having a slight breakout here in my forehead, but for the most part, my skin is very clear, and that takes cleansing twice a day, taking care of your skin, drinking water. I'm drinking green juice as we speak. Detoxing, watching what you eat, all the things. So this color is in Fulfill, so you'll see that AIM is a little darker. That's going to be a little bit closer to my skin complexion, and Fulfill is a little lighter so that we can highlight. So let's put this up under our eye and then let it sit. Oh, and it is indeed the color of my skin. And while we let that sit, I'm going to actually use a eyeshadow brush to just blend the concealer there earlier and come through brows. I love the NYX brow glue, and I like to follow that up with Anastasia brow gel just to hold it in place. Don't have to do much when you get your brows freshly threaded. Now that we've done that, I am going to actually use some liquid blush by e.l.f. and this is in the color Coral Crush to add a little bit of color to the cheek. And I'm going to apply all of my liquids at this point. Now that we've done that, I'm going to add my Milani Cheek Kiss to contour a little bit. Now that we have done that, let's blend out the under eye. I'm going to use a different brush. Let's blend out the under eye with a concealer brush, and you just want to tap this into your skin. And when you apply your concealer, you want to let it sit and dry out, because if you immediately go in and blend it out, there will indeed be creasing and your under eye will look a little crazy. And that is not something that we want. We want a seamless under eye, and we're going in with a darker concealer that's the color of our skin complexion, just to have a clean surface. You don't want to go, especially if you have like dark circles up under your eye, of course you'll have to conceal with an orange concealer. Thankfully I don't have those dark circles, but I do like to go in with a concealer that's the color of my skin under my eye to kind of give it a fresh base And it also, in my opinion, brightens the highlight once you go in with that. Okay, so we went in with Aim, and now we're going in with Fulfill, which is a lighter concealer color. And we're just gonna put a little bit here. Not too much because we're going to work. We just want to be presentable. And I'm going to let that dry. And now I'm going to blend out the blush. This is a Real Techniques brush, number 200. And we're just going to blend that into the contour. And it's okay if it goes into your concealer, because once you put your setting powder on, it's going to set everything. It may look like too much now, but it all blends out. I'm gonna also add some of that blush to my nose. Okay. Still want to let the concealer dry down a little bit, so I'm going to go in with my Juvia's Place bronze palette. It's a deep dark bronze palette that I'm using, bottom color, and we're going to set the contour that we did earlier, the liquid contour. So if you're using liquids, you have to set with a powder, because if you don't, your face will melt away and your skin will look very, very oily. Now that we've done that, I'm going to use Kitty Likes to Scratch eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to use this light brown color. Now I'm going to use the Black Opal setting spray. Spray this over my face and blend out the under eye concealer. Gentle taps. I'm going to tap this into my skin and also drag it down, because I'll do a powder contour. And that's a nice bright under eye. Okay, WYN. I wonder where these products will be sold, or if she'll only sell them online. I don't recall any advertisements for them, unfortunately, but I'm excited to try them. And then I got them for a really good deal, a skin tint and two concealers and a lipstick. The concealer was $5. What concealer you know outside of under to shape my brows? I'm using the Fenty powder, and I'm going to look up and I'm going to set my under eye. It looks crazy, I know. And I also want to set my creases as well as my forehead. My forehead gets oily. It does not care if it's winter or summer. That bad boy just does its own thing. Okay. Now that we've done that, I'm going to go back in with the Juvia's Place bronzing palette. And I'm going to use this lighter color. And I'm just going to contour my nose a little bit and blend that out. Contouring my nose has been like a game changer. I broke my nose probably more than 5 times as a kid because I couldn't see, and I didn't get glasses until I was like in high school. So I am aware that I have a big nose, and I'm not allowed to lay on nobody's table to have a nose job. So I went to YouTube University to learn how to contour my nose for it to appear smaller. And you can do this with a liquid or powder. Now I'm going to use the Eden's Lounge Blush Palette by Kiki Thunder. These are back in stock. Make sure that you check her out on Instagram. Black owned brand. Love her down. Love her oils. Love her liquid lipsticks. Her lip liners. All the things. Make sure you check her out. I've had this palette for a while now. And I'm going to use this coral orange color just to bring some color back into my skin. Now I'm going to use the Sephora Micro Smooth Powder, and this is in the shade Hazelnut Deep Golden. And this is going to be how I set my entire face. I remember when they tried to discontinue this powder, and the community and the girlies were like, oh no. Oh no. We need this. It's Sephora brand. I think it's $22 if I'm not mistaken. It's a really good all over powder. Now I'm going to go back into Eden's Lounge and put a little bit more blush on the apples of my cheeks and my nose. And then we're going to set everything. I need a lash fill, so y'all disregard my lashes. It's coming. It is coming, I promise. So now I'm going to use the Black Opal setting spray. Black Opal is also a black owned brand. I purchased this last year. It's almost gone. I need to get some more. But I also carries it. I purchased this from the Black Opal website. I'm going to use my L'Oreal Infallible setting spray. Love this. And that is my makeup look for the day. I'll definitely come back after the work day, let you know how it held up, if I like it, if it's a good purchase, and let you know if you should also get it. Until next time, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. I wanted to come back for a quick update on the WYN makeup products by Serena Williams. I use a tinted moisturizer as well as 2 different concealers, and this is the update. Application is pretty seamless. I love the brighter under eye. When I initially applied the tinted moisturizer, I'll call it, I don't think that's the exact name for it, but I don't have it in front of me. I thought it was going to be a lot lighter than what it actually was, but it actually blended very well into my skin, and it was the color of my skin. I do have a slight breakout on my forehead, but outside of that, it did good. I'm not creasing under my eye. My smile lines are still intact. My makeup isn't breaking or anything like that. And I would say I could use this as an everyday makeup.